Welcome to the SNF Spotlight Series, your one-stop shop to find out what's really going on in SNFs nationwide. I'm your host, Yitz Rubin, and this is sponsored by Renewal Rehab, the best therapy provider for SNFs nationwide. So Amber Bardon, you are the CEO of Parasol Alliance. You're helping senior living communities and residents use technology to engage with their loved ones. So tell me about how the award-winning Parasol Alliance came about.
So I worked for a senior living provider here in Chicago for about 9 years called CJE Senior Life, and I came in to the company at the service desk level, so very entry level. Over the period of time I was there, which was about 9 years, I got promoted several times, and I had many different positions. So I moved from service desk over to business system support, and then I became the IT director and really implemented projects across the whole organization and really learned a lot about senior living from pretty much every perspective. CJE at the time had pretty much every level of care or type of senior living service. So they had a large home and community-based services, home health, skilled nursing, independent living, and assisted. And through my work there, just really learned a lot about the business side and how technology can support that. And I had this idea to create a company that would be very specifically focused and strategy oriented for the senior living industry. But I didn't really quite know how to do that. So I just talked to a lot of different people about my idea and was eventually put in touch with someone I had worked with at CJE at the time, was working at Chicago Methodist Senior Services. And she introduced me to her boss, Bill Lowe, who is the CEO of Chicago Methodist Senior Services. And I told him about my idea, and he just basically had this great concept. He said, I want to help you with this. Basically, his thought was that every senior living provider needs some type of technology. So why not create an alliance of providers who could become owners of a technology company and provide excellent IT services to their own businesses, but also see it as a future revenue stream as we offer services to additional clients beyond the original owners. So that's how the company came to be a little over 5 years ago.
You guys joined forces with multiple senior living providers, supporting them with IT. And now it's like a separate entity. You guys are also taking on other senior living communities.
Yep.
How have you found ways to leverage technology to help the residents stay more engaged with campus programming and connected with their loved ones at home?
In 2018, we started a program called Tech at Home. So our main core business is supporting the senior living communities from an enterprise perspective. So the Tech at Home program is specifically for the residents. Up until recently when COVID hit, it was a in-person program. So we would usually hire students or part-time employees, and they would go on site to the communities a couple days a week, teach the residents classes on technology and help them one-on-one with their technology needs. When COVID hit, we were able to quickly pivot, and any senior could call in and we would help them get on video or show them how to use any type of chat service, and we posted a bunch of free videos online as well. And we were able to focus on spreading the usage and knowledge of that technology and doing some remote Zoom sessions. And we're actually looking at possibly in the future offering some more virtual subscription-based services. We actually are just piloting a new senior living or resident-specific service called Secure IT. And this is a new service in which we actually will sell the device, a computer or a laptop, to the residents, and then we'll install security services on it and manage it for them. The entire business model was created to solve a problem. And so the way that I started the company and I created our business model was very different than any other type of regular managed service organization that is targeted maybe towards not-for-profits or small business. So our process always starts with strategy. So every client of ours starts with a strategic roadmap. And the purpose of that is to really capture the technology needs across the whole community, from security to infrastructure to business systems to resident support, and prioritize those projects by priority and need across the organization. So we give the clients an actual roadmap that encompasses their entire technology needs. One thing we hear a lot in those interviews, and we've completed over 30 of them, of those types of plans, is there is now this expectation that there's going to be technology for the residents. And there hasn't really been that much of a solution available. We thought that having that service offering specifically for the residents as it becomes an expectation was really important.
How can we help the residents learn more about technology?
I've actually completed a resident technology strategic plan for a couple of clients, because you want to have the technology available to them, but you also have to make sure you have the infrastructure to support them. So if you want to roll out smart home technology, for example, and you don't have a great wireless infrastructure, it's going to fail. So incorporating, what is the business looking to do, and then how do we make sure the right infrastructure is in place is a great place to start.
So what are some of the challenges and obstacles that the senior living field is facing in regards to technology?
I would say one of the biggest ones we see is just not having a roadmap. There's a lot of resources dedicated to technology, both in terms of money and time. If you're not exactly sure where your priorities should be and what order you should be implementing infrastructure, it can have a really catastrophic effect on an organization. And even with COVID, a lot of companies were scrambling to get laptops for everybody and get set up for remote work if needed. So I think having that plan in place is really, to me, the best place to start.
Right, I feel like there's two pieces. On the one hand, you have the home, the corporate team and the employees, and then on the other hand, you have the residents. When you say strategy, are you talking about specifically the corporate team or also the residents?
Both. We work with each community to see what are their strategic growth objectives in the next couple of years. And if resident technology is a part of that, then we would definitely include that in the roadmap.
I know you guys help with strategy. Can you tell me more about that and how that comes into play?
The process we use is based on a couple of days of interviews one-on-one, and it's meeting with people at all different levels of the organization and really understanding what are their pain points and taking all of that and putting it into that comprehensive plan. And also looking at the organization's strategic growth. So you can actually use technology to help you with that if you are reducing inefficiencies and frustration with the staff, and even putting in something like a HRIS system that has employee engagement tracking technology can support that goal to reach the community's organizational goal of being an employer of choice. One project we've done at several organizations is research, selection, and implementation of a resident engagement app. And this is a place where you can post announcements, it can integrate with the menu, the work order system, all the activities can be in the system so the residents can sign up. And we're starting to see more and more communities looking to implement something like that. And it's almost become something that can be competitive with your marketing to say that we have this portal. And that's definitely something we've seen that's really helped with the residents.
Thank you so much, Amber, for joining us on the SNF Spotlight. And it seems like you guys are really moving forward the space, the elderly space. So it's greatly appreciated.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you for sharing this tremendously important part of senior care. The SNF Spotlight series highlights healthcare heroes and thought leaders in the skilled nursing community. We're building awareness, trust, and shining the light on SNFs. So stay tuned. Remember to like, comment, and share.